Hey everybody, I'm Evan Hammonds for Bloodhorse.com and welcome to After the Wire, where we just had another massive wave of graded stakes, this time at Keeneland, Belmont, and Santa Anita to sift through on our way to the Breeders' Cup. Now first off, we had a strange deja vu at Keeneland, first on their opening day Friday, and then again the following day on Saturday. It was just 3 weeks ago when we went through two stakes at Woodbine, the Rico Mile and the Natalma, and we were impressed with both outcomes. The Rico, of course, featured Wise Dan, who again showed us why he's the best turf miler in the business right now with his 2 1/4 length score in the Shadwell Mile. Now stabled across the street from Keeneland and with a $750,000 purse available and with a horse raring to go, what was trainer Charlie Lopresti to do? Run him. And that he did in the Shadwell Mile. Now down the backstretch, Wise Dan was sitting right off two really good front-running turf milers in Silver Max and Dominus. And as they headed to the turn, jockey Jose Lascano asked for run, and then later Wise Dan had him gasping for air as he slipped on by and quickly opened up daylight at the head of the lane. Now Silver Max retreated to finish 9th, and Dominus, himself coming off a Grade 2 win at Saratoga, faded to finish 6th. Now there's some chatter about running Wise Dan in the Breeders' Cup Classic, but the wise move would be to keep him at his best distance and surface. Now, would you single him on a pick 3 ticket at the Breeders' Cup? I would. As for the Natalma, we liked runner-up Spring in the Air, and we loved the winner Spring Venture. Now, when Spring in the Air popped up in the entries for the Darley Alcibiades at Keeneland on Polytrack, we were ready to fire, and so was she in the stretch. Now, coming from back of the pack, she was in traffic while 4 wide heading into the turn, and again heading for home. Now at Keeneland, the tricky thing is the finish line for mile and a 16th races are at the 16th pole, which means there's really a pretty short run to the wire. Spring in the Air, with Patrick Husbands aboard, exploded in the lane, and she pulled clear to a 1-length victory. Now the following day at Woodbine, Spring Venture won the Mazarine Stakes at the same trip on Polytrack at 40 cents on the dollar. Now according to trainer Mark Cassie, Spring in the Air will go in the Grey Goose Juvenile Fillies and take on Executive Privilege on the dirt, which looks like a pretty tall order, while Spring Venture will head to the Juvenile Fillies turf, where she should get strong, and I mean strong consideration to win that race. Now the male 2-year-old set is a relatively gray area up until Saturday when Shanghai Bobby confirmed his Saratoga form while galloping away with the 1-turn, 1-mile Foxwood Champagne Stakes. The 5-length score, with a really good final quarter-mile run in 24-1, puts this guy on top of the heap, even if they want to travel across the country to Santa Anita for the juvenile. Arch Warrior, the horse everybody wanted to see at the Spa in August, saw 3 horses in front of him cross the finish line. Now there's not really any call yet for the Breeders' Cup, and Starlight Stables' Jack Wolf is wary of sending his star across the country for a race that historically has had limited impact on the Kentucky Derby. Only one winner in more than a quarter century, Street Sense, has pulled off the Breeders' Cup Derby double, and that came when the juvenile was run under the Twin Spires. In the sprint category, we'll lean heavily on the Southern California horses, with the Breeders' Cup being held in their own backyard. The Vosburg at Belmont is always a good race, but rarely has any impact on the Breeders' Cup. In the Santa Anita Sprint Championship on Saturday, Coil held off Capital Account, leaving big horse Amazombi in their wake. I didn't really see an excuse for Amazombi, as he was in it for a chance at the top of the lane, as was the rest of the field. Coil and Capital Account both took the long way around, and I like the way that both closed over the Santa Anita Strip. The sprint doesn't always go to the early burners. I'd give both of the 1-2 finishers a huge shot in the Breeders' Cup in the Express Bet Sprint. I'd like to thank everybody for watching After the Wire. Come on back next week.